My name is Alex Sadovnikoff. I have played piano now since I was 5. Well, technically late 4s, but you know, that's who cares about the intervals? Anyways. So, since I was 5, which now makes that 14 years, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it, but yeah, I was always, between the ages of 3 and 4, I gather, from my parents at least, we had a grand in the house. It was an old Mason and Hamlin, and I would just kind of bang on it, you know, with no tonality or design or structure whatsoever. And so it was either the fact that most of my family are musical in some way, shape, or form, or the fact that, you know, my parents were completely disgusted by the sound, that they prompted me to consider the idea of actual lessons. So, you know, I started lessons with this teacher named Nonetta Shatakshian from a lot of places in Europe, mostly Ukraine and Russia, and lovely woman, as I could tell right away. Very bold. You've never met a person like her before. I actually wrote my college essay about her. But I stayed with her until I graduated from high school, actually. So the totality of my piano lessons was spent with her until I went to college, which is not something that a lot of people can say. Piano and music in general have been an interest in mine. I usually associate myself with people who are musically oriented. And so that encouraged me not only to, you know, improve myself, start getting involved in competitions. I competed in several throughout the course of my time playing in Rhode Island, which is where I'm from, incidentally. And I also got involved in group playing. So my senior year of high school, I started playing in our jazz band with no jazz experience, but I really like jazz piano a lot. My uncle plays, and so I got a lot of inspiration from that and sought out some lessons in that. So by the time that I was a senior, I was receiving classical and jazz instruction. Accomplishment was probably, so every year in the Rhode Island, like Mass, New England type area, there's this group that comes, and it's kind of like this Rhode Island festival of the arts type thing. And I was working on a new Chopin piece that was one of my favorites, and that was actually, surprisingly, one of the very few pieces in my piano career that I've actually asked my teacher that I could learn. And so I prepared it with her over the course of several months and brought it to the competition, wherein one plays for a judge in a classroom, solo, one-on-one. And after that point, they can give you a recommendation based off of whether they think that you should be able to audition for the Rhode Island Honors Society of Music, which is this prestigious concert that they have where you are selected out of this pool of several thousand kids to audition, and they select usually between 60 and 80 kids or so to audition. I went to the audition, which was held in Rhode Island actually, a couple months later. It was in the middle of the summer. I remember it very clearly because I was sweating profusely, one could say. But on this particular day, I thought that I played quite well, and I was very confident. And luckily I was accepted into that concert, at which there was several hundred people in attendance. I was the first to play, actually, which they did not tell me until the day of the concert, about 15 minutes beforehand. And so I wasn't sure if that was kind of like I was like an opener and everyone else was like the main show. But I was later told that every year they kind of like to open with a bang, which is the words that they use. And so that was kind of a very proud moment of mine. And just playing in front of all those people and kind of being given the chance to express something that not a lot of people know about me, and that was, in that very specific setting, a defining moment for me. That was a defining characteristic of myself, was a very, very, very interesting experience, and something that I don't believe I've had a similar quality to in quite a long time.